been robbed. Every last diamond I'd ever gotten on the server was now gone. And I was gonna get back at the very people who'd robbed me using this auction house, where I was gonna sell some of the most illegal items on the server. Not only would this help me get my money back, but this auction house had one more secret. You see, after this bank had shut down, I'd lost all my money. And so I started to look for ways to trap and kill players. And that's when I came across this. A room that goes on forever. Or so it appears. With a little bit more research, I learned that this was only possible because of Minecraft maps. When you build a shape, it appears on a map. So hypothetically, if you filled a map with all white blocks, then the map would look pure white, meaning that we could build a room that went on forever. And I was gonna put one of these right underneath the auction floor. And nobody was gonna suspect a thing, because they'd be too busy bidding on the most illegal items on the server. There was once an enchantment that could one-shot anybody. And that was First Strike 5.
Wait, actually?
That is a First Strike 5 book.
No way.
Actually, I will take it. 23 diamond blocks.
23 diamond blocks. Do I see a higher bid?
diamond blocks.
F you.
24.
25.
25!
26.
But wait, how had I gotten these illegal items? Well, there were plenty of custom enchantments on the server, like swords striking lightning, armor that gave extra hearts, and pickaxes that mined more blocks. But there were a couple enchantments that had been made illegal, and people were told to trade in their illegal books and illegal weapons. And so most of these enchantments had faded out of the server's memory. But I had collected these illegal enchantments and kept them hidden for months. And yes, while they were some of the most valuable things on the server, I was now forced to auction them off. The next item up for sale is a totem of undying.
Wait.
I bid a totem of undying for a totem of undying.
Otter, what's the point of that?
What have I bid to?
Because it's technically higher than all the
Alright,
totems.
looks like the current bid is 2 totems of undying. Do I see 3 totems of undying? But what they didn't know was a week earlier, I had begun setting up my trap. Yo, what's this? Okay, so turns out I shouldn't have built a giant white blob in the sky where everyone can find it. It definitely didn't help that on this server, there was a map that showed the entire world, making it really easy to find. So if I wanted to hide this, I would have to travel far, far away. I would have to leave the Earth. But this large gap wasn't gonna be easy to cross. I lied, it was super easy to cross, and now that I was outside of the world, I could build my trap in peace. And with the hardest part done, all that was left was to put it underneath the floor of the auction house, where people were spending all of their money on pointless items, like a mushroom spawner, apparently.
7 netherite blocks.
7 netherite blocks! And they were none the wiser that right below their feet... Wait a second, this doesn't really look like an infinite room. First off, it's this weird gray texture. And second off, there are these weird lines across it. That's when I learned that apparently I had to do this diagonal shape, not just a flat surface. This was really bad because I'd wasted 3 days building this one, which was now useless. But it's okay, you know what they say, 3rd time's the charm. And so I streamed it on my Twitch, and it went, I'm like very well in line, I think, unless I'm gonna fall off any second now, I'm not sure. Yep, okay, that's my bad. That's my bad. That's my bad! My bad. Yeah, I missed. Okay, cool. And finally, after hours of hard work, mother... Apparently there's a certain direction I have to build it in, and I built it in the wrong direction. I had failed to build this trap, not once, not twice, not 3 times. No, actually it was 3 times. I was not gonna build this a 4th time. So what? Was all hope lost? Did I just have to go back to my auction with no plan? That's what it looked like. And to make matters worse, something else had just gone wrong.
So, this auction that's happening, okay, I have a proposition.
Okay, I like propositions.
Okay, so would it be contraband if I sold an AK-47?
This was the worst thing that could possibly happen. This guy, the owner of the server, was gonna use his creative powers to get items that no one else on the server could possibly get. Which means that these items were gonna go for a lot of money. But I had no choice. Before we move on with any more, we have a special guest who would like to sell some, as I like to call them, big boom items. Welcome, Josh the Story Painter, to the stage.
Hello, I've got many items.
Like I said, the whole point of this auction was to A, kill people, and B, to get back the money that had been stolen from me. And this was the guy who had stolen that money from me. Part A had already failed, and it looked like Part B was also about to fail. Because now people were gonna pay him millions just to get their hands on these guns. And the worst part was that I was gonna be one of those people paying him millions. Because on one hand, I didn't want Josh stealing more money from me, but on the other hand, I didn't want other people to have access to these illegal weapons. So I would just have to outbid everyone for every single item.
Sold to Delilah for 2 stacks and 8 netherite ingots.
Gosh.
Damn.
Sold to Delilah. Sold, Delilah.
It goes with the aesthetic.
It does go with my aesthetic, you see. I am the villain. I am the villain. Yeah.
All right.
So, was this all for nothing? I now had an arsenal of illegal items, but my plan to get rich had failed. My plan to kill everyone had failed. I had lost. Why is there just a baby goat on my land? What's up with that? What the heck? One of the admins on the server was able to shapeshift. They could look like a fox, like a goat, and like other players. And this gave me one last plan, but I was gonna need to assemble a team. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming. As you know, there's gonna be like the auction this Friday. A lot of people who are coming to this auction have personally wronged me, and I think that we should kill them all. Yeah! This is a group called the Allium Alliance, an all-girls team of some of the most powerful players on the server. And Frizz. Frizz is here too, because Frizz and I are racing to 10,000 subscribers. And if you want to be part of the winning team, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have got to beat Frizz. But speaking of Frizz, once I told them that we had an admin on our side who was willing to turn us into other players, they said,
How about we all become Delilah?
agreed. And so that was the plan. We spent the rest of the day coming up with the finer details. Bubble and Ghosty would break through the roof ridge, and Ash would stand guard by the door, and when the time was right, would use some barrier blocks to block off the entrance. And if everything went according to plan, then
Toby will meet you out here, transform you into me, and then I'll give a signal of some sort, and then we go. And we kill everyone. There are no survivors.
Delilah, you are a genius.
The next item I'm selling is called Twitch TOS. It is an airstrike that will be registered upon the location you drop it at.
the last issue to get over was Josh, who was currently selling all sorts of illegal things he'd gotten from creative mode. If I wanted to prevent as many of these weapons getting out as I could, without going broke in the process, I was gonna have to intervene now.
I'm selling this lovely, in my hand, this is a vehicle. This is a Kungadero.
I want to say one thing before this continues any further. This server clearly has no meaning of right and wrong anymore. It has been proven time and time and time again, including again today, where illegal items were sold in this very auction by both me and Josh the Story Painter.
Can we get out?
And because of all the scams and wrongdoings on this server, I think it's time for the start of a new era. And that starts today.
Let me out. Let me out.
Let's go!
Let me out. Man,
Let's
I tried
go!
to one. What's happening? They're killing everyone. They're all Delilah died.
So, in the end, the auction had been a success. I'd gotten stacks of diamond and netherite blocks, paid for by the very people who had scammed me. And me and my team had killed everyone. And maybe the biggest thing of all was that I now had people I could trust.
We look so good. We are Delilah dads.
This was a test of if I could actually trust them for something much bigger. And if you want to figure out what that is, this is actually the second video in a series, all about power and the price I paid to get it on this server. So if you want to figure out how I got broke in the first place, go watch the first video in the series. And if you want to see what I do next, make sure you subscribe, or you might never see me again.